Okay, so let me just clarify a few more things that you're going to need for the quiz. One of them is, what is an alternating sequence? Let's give an example. So let's say I had 2, then -4, then 8. So I'm multiplying by -2 each time. So this would be something that's geometric, that also could be described as alternating, right? Because I'm multiplying it by -2 each time to get from term to term to term. Okay, so you can also have something like, let's say that I make one like this, okay, 3, then -6, then +9, then -12, then +15, then -18. So this one is a little deceptive. Hopefully you see, if I took the absolute value of every term and made a new sequence from that, okay, it would be arithmetic with a common difference of 3, but of course it's not. So this sequence would be a neither sequence, and neither be arithmetic or geometric, but I could use the word alternating to describe it, because the terms are alternating in sign. So that's a term you could add for that one. Okay, all right, so let's go over one more thing, which is, let's look at this example here. Okay, so let's say I have 9, and then blank, and then 16. Okay, and let's say it's a sequence, okay? If I want to make that sequence arithmetic, okay, I'll give you the trick for that. So it turns out that the arithmetic mean, maybe you've heard that term before, which is just the average that you've always calculated, is going to fill in what that would be for an arithmetic sequence. Okay, so the arithmetic mean is given by, I just averaged the two things. So what is that going to be? That's going to be what, 25 halves for that thing in the middle there. Okay, all right. So let's say that would be, if I wanted to make an arithmetic sequence, I'd put, let's say, put x in there. Okay, so my x would be 25 halves. Okay, let's say I wanted the same problem, but this time I want to build a sequence and find what that middle term is, where it's going to be geometric. And in this case, you're going to find what's called the geometric mean. I'm not sure if you learned that in your previous courses, but I'll go ahead and teach it to you now, and then we'll verify that it actually works. Okay, so the geometric mean of two numbers, let's say a and b, the geometric mean of two numbers a and b is actually given by, go ahead and write that, geometric mean is given by the square root of the product of those numbers. Let's see how that works out. Okay, so if I want to find the geometric mean of those two, I'm going to find the square root of the product of those two. That's going to be 9 times 16. But of course, in this case, I kind of rigged the numbers to work out really nicely. Hopefully you realize that without even doing that example, you could go ahead and simplify the square root. It's just going to be 3 times 4, right? Because I can individually square root those things. Okay, so let's check that 12 actually works out for being the geometric mean. Okay, so what we have to do is, to verify it, right, is that I have to find out if the ratio of 12 to 9 is the same ratio as 16 to 12. Okay, so in this case, 12 to 9, I can divide them both by 3, right, and then I would get 4/3 as my common ratio, or my multiplier from term to term. In this case, 16 over 12, they can both divide by 4, and I'm going to get 4/3. Okay, so again, the arithmetic mean and the geometric mean are going to be helpful, and of course they're so aptly named for this. So let me put a box around this one. This is the one you probably are less familiar with. So again, it's just the square root of the product of those numbers, and then of course you simplify it. And then the arithmetic mean, let's say the numbers are a and b, the arithmetic mean is just a plus b over 2. Hopefully that's a little more intuitive to you. So anyway, it's a really pretty easy problem to find, the middle number in a sequence. If you have just two numbers, if it's arithmetic, find the arithmetic mean. If it's geometric, you want to find the geometric mean, which you now have the formula for. So hopefully that'll clear up a couple of extra problems on the quiz that, that you'll be taking. Okay.